Alright, I've got a pretty fun video idea for today. So, if you're like me, who've played Minecraft for a long time, chances are you have had worlds in the past that you have deleted and now wish you had back. I have examples of that, certainly. Today, I'm going to be attempting to recreate an old base from a deleted world completely from memory. I just got done searching through all of my terabyte drives and stuff looking for screenshots of that world. I couldn't find them. They may be lost for good. So I can't even rely on screenshots anymore. I just had to rely solely on memory and what those screenshots actually were. So it's not going to be an exact replica, but here's what I do remember. So first off, I should probably explain what you're seeing here. So this is a chunk out of my very first world. This black wool that you're seeing here is a border that would appear on a world map that I have at my first house, which would be located somewhere over there. And then we've got this pathway here that links up to that spawn compound. So in this exercise, I'm just going to be completely disregarding all of this, and eventually I'm going to paste what I'm going to be building here into this world. So I remember the house being on top of a hill in an area kind of like this, where it was mostly surrounded by terrain on all sides, but still had access to a larger ocean biome. It was on top of this hill over here. I actually remember the lake in the original world being a little bigger, so it's going to be a little awkward to make everything fit, but when I was looking around for world generation, I kind of realized that there's no recreating block for block what I had in what was a version 1.8.4 world. Yeah, that was a minute ago. And terrain doesn't really generate exactly like this anymore. Not from what I've seen anyways. Perhaps I am wrong, but I just couldn't be bothered to go out thousands of blocks away to to look for some good terrain generation. So I've got some options here. I actually have two of these little ponds here, lakes. I guess you could call them little lakes, really. So I'm just going to call them lakes. I could build the house on top of this hill over here, although I didn't think to grab the terrain from over here, so I'd have to go back into that world to grab that. I could build the house over here. It would mean building a new alignment for this pathway, but that's okay. I was originally thinking of putting it up here, though, so if I can just get rid of some of this terrain, that will give me more room, more space to work with, and kind of get rid of this little peninsula here as well. So the layout of the base is as follows. So you've got the main house over here. It was basically just an oak wood plank box. It had a balcony at the front, kind of looking out over this way. And yeah, I think I like this location. I think this is what we're going to go with. And then behind this oak wood box, we had a little farm over here. And then there was kind of a crafting shop over here that was built mainly out of cobblestone. So you've got an oak plank box, a cobblestone box, and then a fence post box on the ground here. So now for the hardest part of this entire build, and that is getting started. I think I'm just going to get started by building some, well, by just moving the terrain around here. Actually, we're going to untoggle the schematic here, because I've still got it loaded, and that will serve a purpose later on. But yeah, here we go. Okay, so here's what I have so far. I have a balcony, I have the bedroom, and I also have the dock down here, and access to it through this door. There's going to be an underground bit, and it's going to link up here somehow. I've done a little bit of terraforming. This hill has been flattened, and I'll probably flatten a little bit more, because I kind of remember this part being the highest. So I think all of this is also going to have to come down, be flattened out a little bit. And I think I have some ideas for what I want to do with that. It's all going to be pretty simple when all is said and done. So now the question that I have for myself is, how do I want to proceed? Because, so this balcony here, it's going to have little bits, supports coming down here into the water. And from there, it's just a matter of, what is the house going to look like from here? Because I know that this bedroom is a part of a bigger box. So the question is, do I want to move the bedroom over here? Because that's kind of what I'm thinking. Just have this edge be in line with the dock a little bit, and then just have this side be this border of the house. And then from there, I can build the perimeter for the rest of the house. It's not too terribly big. I mean, for the time when I built it, I thought it was a big house. But there's really not a whole lot in it. I think it's going to be pretty empty looking when all is said and done. So there's still some playing around that I gotta figure out here. Okay, so the house phase of this build is now complete. I do admit, it's not exactly like the way I remember it being. I don't remember it being this symmetrical. So let's go inside here. But it does have everything that I do remember it having, like this fireplace in here. This is 1.8, remember? So there are no campfires here. So this is what fireplaces looked like, just flames on netherrack. Now I did, at the top of the chimney, I did add campfires at the top here, so that you could see smoke coming out of the chimney. So something like this would be kind of possible, like when you do set something on fire, there are particles that do show up. So the effect can still be there, but I don't know. I like the smoke better. So that's something that I added there. I am taking creative liberties. Another example of a change that I made to the space that I did not have in the original build are the staircase builds. The original build did not have that. It was just, quite literally, just a very blocky roof like this. That's what it was. That's what it looked like. And I just can't bring myself to recreate that because it's just... No, I'm not going to do that again. I do remember cobblestone supporting the base. Now I think the house was set farther back on the hill. I don't remember it being this far, sticking this far out. Although, yes, the hill in the original world, I do remember it being a little bit bigger. Plus, back here, the hill just kind of tapers off. And so there's still terraforming that I need to do over here. So I'm just kind of helping myself out a little bit. Like I said, it's not going to be an exact replica because I don't even have screenshots of the original base anymore. So I'm going completely off of memory. And I originally built it in 2015. So it's now 2023. That is 8 years. 8 years of not seeing this house. So all things considered, I think I did all right, and in fact, I think I even improved on it a little bit, because, like I said, I don't remember it being this symmetrical. So what's next? Well, so I'm gonna add the staircase that will go down and connect up to the dock, and that staircase is down over here, and then I need to expand the hill back here so I can build the farm and the crafting area. It's finished. I have finished adding everything there is to add to this base. And yeah, as you can see, it's just a couple of oak boxes and one of them with a triangular roof linked up to each other. But that's pretty much how it was in the original world. Of course, I don't remember how exactly I built this one. I think, now that I think of it, it was built more out of cobblestone than oak wood planks. So I may change that. I'm going to add some details to this thing because I can't stand to leave it in this state. There's going to be some more detail added. Suppose I could show you the inside here. I did update this crafting area. You know, in 1.8, I only had access to furnaces. You know, smokers and blast furnaces wouldn't exist for a while. Same would go for the grindstone and the loom and the cartography table and of course the smithing table. But yeah, updating it to make it a little more useful in the present day, I suppose, is not a bad idea. We can add some more torches. I like to light these things up. Go down here, and we've got the nether portal down over here. And I think where this staircase was, this is where the mines originally were. I don't remember the exact configuration of how this staircase and hallway worked, but it was pretty much like this. So I say it's close enough. I guess when you're trying to replicate something that you built 8 years ago, but you lost the original world and all the screenshots that you have of the original base, then I guess this is about as good as it's going to get. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just smooth out the terrain here, add some more details, clean this little area up here. I guess this could be an empty lot for something in the future. And the next thing you'll see is a time lapse of me building this in the actual world in survival. There it is. It's done. All done. And I am really, really happy to have a project complete. We'll move the schematic box out of the way. It's kind of taking us out of the immersion here. Look at it. It's back. After 8 years of absence, an old base from 2015 is back. Of course, it's not in its original form. You know, like I said when I was designing it, I did make some changes, like adding the stairs to the roof. That wasn't the case originally. The chimney was also a little simpler. I decided to make that one a little fancier, give it some detail. Of course, I could always add more detail, but that's not really the point when it comes to these kinds of projects. I want to build in the spirit of how I used to build at that time, and I think I pulled it off pretty well. It's kind of nostalgic, really. You know, I'm a very nostalgic person, but just looking at this kind of build, I don't really build like this anymore, although I still draw heavy inspiration from what I've done here when doing what I do nowadays. And I'm sure, well, I hope to put more examples of what I do nowadays up on the channel at some point. Of course, I want to get other old bases here in the world first. I'll take you around the backside quickly. I want to talk about these walls quickly and just how I think about terrain when it comes to these builds. So this stone wall was not originally part of the base. I built it simply so that I wouldn't have to use more dirt in this build. I want to allocate my dirt to other projects. And yeah, I just want to be resourceful with all that. But I do have a lot of stone, and I intend to get quite a bit more stone. And I want to quick replace this block here. Do some more cleanup. Of course, I think I'm going to make a few more changes, but as far as this video is concerned, this base is done. And here it shall sit. A monument to all the bases and worlds that you and I will never get back. And that is all for this video. Thank you for watching.